Yeah, I keep it on.
Just keep it up.
Yeah, we keep it. Are we on? Are we live? Okay.
I love the live.
All righty. Well, good evening. My name is Craig Spina. I'm your general manager, and I would like to welcome you to your 2021 annual membership meeting. A little bit of business first. Section 720.316 of the Florida statute provides that if a state of emergency is declared by the governor of the state of Florida, meetings of associations and/or clubs may be conducted by internet. I was hoping that we would be attending this evening in person, but I thank you for your attendance in via virtual meetings. I promise you next year we will be meeting in this room 300 strong in person and hopefully without masks. This evening's agenda will include our club president, Steve Wolk, providing a state of the club report and introducing our club board of governors for 2021. We will then hear from our club treasurer, Michael Kartz, who will provide a thorough update for the 2020 fiscal year. We would welcome questions throughout the evening. You may do so by emailing meetings@gleneagles.cc. meetings@gleneagles.cc, and we will answer your questions upon completion of the treasurer's report. On behalf of the staff, I want to thank the membership for their support over these very trying times in the COVID-19 pandemic. We greatly appreciate it. I would like to take this time to thank the entire Board of Governors for their role in helping Gleneagles members and staff navigate these unprecedented challenges in 2020 and continuing to do so in 2021. A special thank you to our outgoing president, Steve Wolk. Mr. Wolk rose to a very challenging situation. Mr. Wolk provided unwavering leadership, a positive influence on the board, membership, and staff alike. I could not have asked for a better person to assist in guiding our club through the challenges in 2020. It is my pleasure to now introduce our club president. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Craig Spina. Without your leadership, I don't know how any of us would have gotten through this, but I'm going to talk to you about that later. Good evenings, Gleneagles. Welcome to our 2021 new season. It's been some year. Just got to get a shout out to my grandson who's watching it because I'm on YouTube now, and I told him I'd get on YouTube before he did. So cold, there I am. Last year we were in front of 200-300 people, and I hope next year that's what happens again. It's been some year. We had this meeting last year in the end of February, and then the middle of March, COVID hit. I asked the staff to put 200 cutouts of our membership in front of me so that I was talking to people instead of a camera, but that didn't happen. And in case you're wondering, this is the Legends Dining Room. This is what it is. You haven't seen it for a while, but it's still here waiting for us. I want to take this opportunity to introduce to the board of governors for this year. Amongst us, we have over 50 years of experience. I'll start with introducing them, Scotty. I'll start to my left. Barbara Berkowitz.
Hi.
Ken Barish. Judy Haas.
Hi.
Harvey Fogel. Debbie Benson. Michael Kartz. Daniel Colbert.
Hello. Vincent
Kavanaugh. Lois Schiff.
Good evening.
And Dorothy D. Marks.
Hi.
With your confidence in allowing us to get through as governors without the elections over the past couple of years, honestly, I don't know how we would have gotten through it if we would have had all new governors. We've been working together, some of us for 5.5 years. Like I said, we've got over 50 years experience on this board. We're all volunteers. We're here for the club. We're here to help guide the club through whatever needs to be done. We have a strategic plan. We have an orientation every year. This past year, we didn't have an orientation. Normally it's in March, right after this meeting. we go away for a couple days and we go over our strategic plan and everything that we're looking to do for that year and over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We didn't have that opportunity. We had to sit in meetings almost immediately. We shut this club down 100% in March. But we picked up a lot of things that we did. I got to remember to move this. We did a lot of things while we shut down. We took the golf course and we redid that. We closed the pool heaters off. We shut air conditionings down. We touched up painting. We cleaned all the carpeting. We took away the valet. We had to discuss, our employees weren't working. There was nobody here for a couple weeks until we enacted some of the things that we did and got back to working. This club, this board, and some of our committees, budget and finance, who were very much involved with this, and our leadership staff, we said, this is family. We're not going to lose these employees. We don't know how long this is going to last. Obviously, we didn't think it'd be a year from now, but we weren't going to lose any of our employees, and we paid all our employees in full. And once we got back to working a couple weeks later, any employees at work, we paid them hazard pay. Even the people out on the golf course maintenance that were working constantly. We didn't know when we were going to open golf, when we were going to open tennis, masks, quarantining, people coming. Who's going to visit when they come down here? Is anybody going to come down? People were going home early. We really realized the gravity of the situation maybe 4 to 5 weeks after this started, when the women started wondering how they were going to get their hair colored and their nails done. So that's when we knew we had a problem. But anyway, in the meantime, while this COVID was going on, the club has to keep going. It has to keep functioning. We finished our document change. You know, several years ago, when I started on this board, they said, you can't get a document change at this club. Well, we did it. We did it as a team with the leadership staff and everybody that was involved in doing that, and our volunteers and everything. And thank you, membership, for passing it. We do an electronic voting. We've passed that already. We allow walking on the golf course. We remember when the courses were closed, we allowed walking continuously all over the place, even people that weren't golf members. And now we allow walking for golf members. We started a fishing club. Home delivery in the marketplace. That was an incredible addition that I believe will never, ever leave Glen Eagles. It's almost as popular as being here. We secured a $10 million loan to do many projects, including the Community Maintenance Center, which we broke ground back then and we finished. It's now complete. It's a beautiful project, and as soon as we can get our membership out there to see it, we'll have a ribbon cutting. It was a necessary thing to do, and even though it's back off to the side and it doesn't have a lot of sectioners to it, you got 60 to 80 employees that are living out of that building, and it was time it was done. It's finished. It was under budget and on time. We secured a $2.39 million PPE loan that the government was giving out. And after a lot of discussion, and Michael touched on that a little bit, we realized we don't need it. We're in good shape financially. We have the ability to assess our members. We have money in the bank. And the optics of Glen Eagles Country Club taking $2 million and something and not even needing it didn't look good to us. So we gave it back, and we're very glad that we did. Virtual activities, that's become the new entertainment offerings. Our social committees are very active in bringing all these things to us every single day, whether it's exercise, entertainment, Glen Eagles University, everything, every day it's happening. Board and committee meetings are basically going on as before, but they're Zoom. Zoom is a new way we're doing life now, and doing this on YouTube is another way of doing it. We just don't get to have many people in a room at one time, but nothing is stopped. The club is going forward. We're sticking with our strategic plan and our focus. The board and the leadership are constantly making decisions. We make them almost every day based on this pandemic, and we'll continue to. A lot of people want to know, when can we sit two in a card? When can we open the card rooms? There's a lot of things, and every day, I promise you, it's on our board meeting agendas every single day, and we address them all the time. By the way, our board meetings are all open to the public, open to the membership. Every board meeting is open meeting. You can watch it on Zoom, or you can come in person. If you have any concerns or questions that you want to address the board, we will take a letter addressed to us by somebody, and we will address every meeting and it will get answered. If you want to speak at a board meeting, you just have to sign up, let us know a couple days or a couple hours ahead of the board meeting, and you'll get 3 minutes to speak to the board on whatever it is you want. We're very transparent. We're very open. We have nothing to hide here. We don't do things behind doors, okay? Everything we're doing for Glen Eagles, and we're very much focused on that. Our budget process. Normally, we would start later in the year, put a couple of months together. Harvey puts a couple more than all of us, but we needed to meet early. We didn't know what venues would be open, if they're going to be open, if the Northerners are going to come back down here, how many people will be here, how many people can play golf. There's only one person to a cart. Will we have dining in 2 or 3 venues? The way the grill room's shaped out with the outdoor dining, it's been an incredible thing. Just those nano walls, we added the other nano walls on the other side. That's the place to be. This dining room in here, I think we were open once or twice, and I think maybe we had 40, 50 people, and everybody wants to be outside. The veranda, we've got plans, and we're actually in permit. We've gotten our permits. We're going to start hopefully in April, and the veranda will be redone by next season. We're going to enclose it with glass, put nano walls. It'll be used for various things aside from dining. We have sent an email out recently that gives you the business plan and shows you some of the ideas that we have for that veranda. But it'll be a 365-day venue. It won't be whether it's raining or it's cloudy, it's cold, it's raining, it's bugs or anything. We'll be able to use that all year long. Throughout the pandemic, we have stayed focused on the strategic plan, like I said. In April, we renovated the Golf Pro Shop. I know anybody that came in afterwards and saw it done thought it was just unbelievable. It was a whole different look, bright and beautiful. We installed a completely new phone system here. I don't remember how many phones there are, but we have a lot of phones here, and it's been seamless. In May, for appreciation of our staff that were working doing deliveries at that time, we had over 150 of our members drive by in their cars with signs and yelling, "Thank you to the staff for what they were doing." It was a great day. In June, we opened the pools at the Satellites. Labor Day couples golf, we had 96 members. Play for Pink, over 300 members in 2 days. That's with single cards. It's an incredible. The membership is, you guys support everything here at Glen Eagles. You make it go, and it's as good as we can get it with as many people as we can here. We've reopened the Sunday brunch. The outdoor dining is the norm. We've given donations to frontline workers, to the hospitals, to Delray Medical, to our first responders. We had a special presentation in downtown Delray to veterans' families. The membership has been very generous in helping the outsiders and people that don't have as much. And I thank all the members for that, and I think we'll always be that way here at Glen Eagles. Our real estate sales are fantastic. Mike will give you some numbers on that. But considering that you really can't do a lot of tours, and we don't have a lot of things open, people are moving to Glen Eagles. They're coming down to Florida because it's a beautiful place to be, but they're coming to Glen Eagles. We started our roundtables. I think we've had 3 or 4. Mr. Spina runs a great roundtable, full of information, and anything you want to know that's going on in the club, come to a roundtable. Your committee applications will be available soon. We have to keep our committees strong. All the forward thinking and the ideas that come out of the committees come through to the board, and many of them get enacted. Budget and Finance has been extremely active with us this year in taking care of a lot of these problems. I personally want to thank the leadership staff. I can't name them all, but Craig Spina, I've been in his office every day, but he's just a tremendous leader, and his interest is for Glen Eagles only. Harvey Grunwald has been here over 20-something years. I mean, he doesn't even need a spreadsheet. He can put the numbers out of his head. But the amount of work that him and his staff do, I can't name everybody. Catherine, who's in the office with me, and I won't say I've abused her because I can't say that, but I've utilized her skills a lot, and she's been fantastic. So as Craig said, that this is my last year as president. I've been the president here 3 years, and I'm stepping down. The club, we have some great leaders on this board, and we have great leaders on our committees, and the future of Glen Eagles is very strong. We have to keep evolving as a club and as a board. I feel it's very important that people get involved here and help this club move forward. And it's been a blessing for me, and it's from the heart. It's been an amazing 3 years. I have to thank the spouses of all of our board members, because it's an inordinate amount of time sometimes, and especially this year. And I must thank my wife, Betty, because, and this is my last year, hon, so I will be coming home tonight. I have to thank her for her patience and everything. And I thank the membership for your support and your positive attitude and helping all of us to get through this pandemic together. So without any further ado, I will introduce our treasurer, Michael Carnes.
Thank you, Steve. Good evening. For those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Carnes. The last 2 years, I've been your treasurer. Each year, when a new board of governors is elected by the membership, this new board then elects its officers for that year. In a little while, our new board will go downstairs or stay here and do just that. Before we do all this, though, this evening, I have the opportunity to, as your current treasurer, to provide you with a report of the financial state of the club. Before I do this, I would like to highlight the excellent job performance of our accounting staff, of Harvey Grunwald, our Chief Financial Officer, Marie Deserlo, our Controller, Veronica Nexu, Accounts Receivable, and Gloria Barreto, Accounts Payable and Payroll, and Carolina Jimenez, our Human Resources Director, who works very hard. I also would like to recognize Harvey Fogel, our Assistant Treasurer, for all of his hard work through this tough year. Since Harvey and I review and sign a very large number of checks every week, a large number, and are active members of the Asset Recovery Committee, review the financials every month along with the Budget and Finance Committee, we have a first-hand view of the enormity of the tasks these people perform and the quality of their work. Our General Manager, Craig Spina, and Assistant General Manager, Nick Jolly, provide the overall leadership for all of our staff so that this club runs like a well-oiled machine, as you've all experienced. We are extremely lucky to have a dedicated group of individuals working for all of our better good, especially in one of the most difficult times in America. I personally would like to thank our Budget and Finance Committee, who managed to forge ahead during this very difficult and uncertain year with great professionalism and insight. This is a committee comprised of successful business persons, lawyers, accountants, and financial investment analysts. Their help and long dedicated hours helped provide a solid guidance for the financial management of our club. I would also like to speak a little bit about our employees that we have. We have approximately 250 employees here, both permanent and seasonal staff. 66% of them have been part of our family here at Glen Eagles for more than 5 years, which is a large number for country clubs. 96 have been here for over 10 years. 41 have been here over 20 years. 16 have been here over 25 years. And 6 who have been here over 30 years. And that's almost as long as this club's been open. In our day-to-day activities, as we enjoy our beautiful club, let's make sure we recognize and thank those that provide us with this very high level of service and dedication. Talk a little bit about our sales and marketing. The 2019 and 2020 period, it was a very complex year here at Glen Eagles. We, as the Board of Governors, club management, and realtors had to deal with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and still managed to generate these sales. This had to be done without the community-wide open house showcase that we've had annually. The realtors were not able to bring prospects to and through the club for quite a while. And prospective buyers were often limited to virtual tours and limited amenities that they were able to be exposed to. With these issues, we still managed to recognize 74 real estate sales at Glen Eagles this last fiscal year, of which 49 were new members. In the prior year, we recognized 115 sales, which was our best year that we've had. Also, extraordinarily, we have reported, based on closings, paperwork, and approvals, we have 40 sales contracted since November 1st for this year already, plus an additional 16 or 17 in the pipeline. Now, those are people that we have not gone through the full process yet, but the contracts are on their way. And last year, at the same time, it was 32 with 6 in the pipeline. So we're ahead of last year, and we're almost at the level that we were in our best year, which is an amazing for this fantastic club. It draws people in. Most of our sales here are stimulated by our constant reinvestment in our community and its assets. And I lost my place here. There we go. Coupled with an aggressive approach in our marketing strategy to help promote and facilitate home and condo sales. We also reach out to the real estate agents, both who live within our gates and those who live outside the gates, to help them become accustomed and understand what Glen Eagles represents. Along with these efforts, we have established and are utilizing our second unit purchase program and also our renovator program. We continually tweak to improve these programs in order to make some properties more attractive and equitable for our overall real estate. What is also creates is new member capital contributions, which is very important, and reasonable dues, which we are witnessing to create higher property values with younger purchasers and a vibrant community-wide sales. Our sales growth this fiscal year is far ahead of last year's pace and just behind the 2018-2019 record-setting year. And that has a lot to do with our reputation of friendliness here at this club. We also have to deal with the delinquencies that occur. Unfortunately, that's part of life. Presently, we only have 16 memberships that are under suspension due to financial reasons. 6 are owned by 1 member, and we are currently collecting the rent directly from the lessees on 4 of the units, which exceeds the monthly owing on the debt to the club. Additionally, Glen Eagles owns 4 residential units, 1 of which we have rented out, and 2 of which are housing our international staff. And it's nice to have them here. The Asset Recovery Committee is comprised of members, management, and external legal support, and we meet as needed to aggressively address the membership accounts that are delinquent. The committee, through our attorneys, seek payment or settlement via deed in lieu or with foreclosure if absolutely necessary. Please remember that 99% of our membership honor their financial obligations on a monthly basis, and the Asset Recovery Committee is established just to address the few that don't. We as a community should be proud of those that do honor and meet their financial responsibilities, because therefore the rest of us don't have to pick up the bill. Okay, financially, I'm going to cover some of the financial parts right now. Due to our excellent receivable status, and the new member capital contributions generated by our fantastic sales volume. We have a significant capital cash on hand. Most of the capital cash is earmarked for capital improvement projects that you often see going on around the club. You saw the golf sales offices and everything being redone. It looks beautiful in there. In addition to this, we have available to us a $2 million line of credit with the Bank of America. And this is for uses for our ongoing operations and purchases as we need. We estimate that based upon our current budget, our combined operating dues, real estate sales, and new member capital contributions will generate approximately $28 million in cash flow into the club. As you're aware, there has been no need once again for a year-end deficit assessment, which now marks 10 years of no operational year-end assessment. Actually due to the cost savings generated by our reduced services due to the pandemic, we were able to credit back $500 in social dues to each member this last October. We just received the results of this year's annual audit report, and the board will make a determination on how to handle the additional surplus generated this last year once we receive the results and finalize the amount. Additionally, our new capital contributions have provided us with the opportunity not to have to charge capital dues for the 9th year in a row. No, it's dry. Talk too much.
You're doing great.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about bank loans and our capital projects. Currently, we have 2 long-term loans that remain on our books. The first is the $10 million Clubhouse renovation loan we took out 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago, which is scheduled to mature in January 2025. The assessment for this loan that we see on our bill is $98 per month for each social member of the club. The current balance on this loan is approximately $4.55 million, which means we've paid down over half. The second loan we have is the $10 million Healthy Lifestyle Center renovation loan, which is scheduled to mature in January 2028. And we've all seen that facility. It's a fantastic facility. The assessment for this loan is $95 per month to each social member of the club. The current balance on this loan as of today is approximately $7.6 million. That's paying down a quarter of it at this point. The total of both of these 2 loan payments totals $193 per month for each social member. That's what you see on your bill. We do also have an additional $10 million loan for the design and construction of the community maintenance facility and some additional long-range capital projects such as the renovation of the grill and the veranda, which we have yet to draw down on at all. At this time, we are discussing consolidating all 3 of these loans into one loan with one assessment that would not exceed $210 per year. That still holds true from our original plans of last year.
210 a month.
Did I say 210 a year?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wishful
Matt don't
thinking.
remember that one.
$210 per month. Wishful thinking. In preparing this year's budget during this last summer, we tried to predict what continuing effects the global pandemic would have on our operations, as Steve was talking. Would there be a vaccination? At that point, we didn't know. Would society and our lifestyle return to some semblance of normalcy? And when would it occur? We also did not know that. We tried to be optimistic, anticipate gearing up our operations back to full capacity before the end of the season with no ongoing restrictions, particularly when it comes to guests. Well, apparently that might not prove true. Until this winter, our due structure this upcoming winter. Our newer structure was based upon this assumption. Therefore, we will have reduced services and costs continuing. So it's most likely that we will generate additional surplus, just like last year. How much, we can't predict at this point. This COVID pandemic is proving to be a fairly unpredictable beast. And if you follow the CDC, FDA, and the Department of Health, you will see that at a point which we reach herd immunity could take anywhere from early next fall to early next winter. So we must stay diligent on our planning and practices here. We recently, as I mentioned earlier, had our tax audit. There's a page here. And RSM has come through and did an in-depth audit of our practices, our accounting, and reviewing all interactions, including our own oversight that we do. They stated that in the audit evidence they obtained was sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for their audit opinion, which was that our financial statements present fairly and in all materials respects the financial position of Glen Eagles Country Club Incorporated as of October 31st, 2020 and 2019, and the charges in property owner's equity and its cash flows for the years then ended in accordance with the accounting principles generally accepted in the United States of America. That's kind of a long-winded way of saying we did a good job.
Did a good job.
Yes. Okay, go over a little bit about our mission. It is the Board of Governors and management's objective to exercise financial responsibility without negatively affecting member services. We must continue to protect our assets and property values, and will do so by maintaining and investing in the infrastructure of the community as we've been doing. This is accomplished by working closely with management and continuously revisiting budgeted decisions and monitoring the results. The board and management have developed and continuously adapt and amend the long-term strategic plan for the future of this community. To function without a long-term strategic plan blindly would be devastating and foolish. We continue to look for and explore new ways to promote and improve the community through marketing, sales, programs, and member services. Many of our committees, such as the Membership and Marketing Committee, are continually providing recommendations to the board for improving sales. In conclusion, the board, the Budget and Finance Committee, our management, along with Artie Fogel and myself, take seriously our fiduciary responsibility and our commitment to provide quality services and lifestyle you have come to know and tend to expect, while operating in both a fiscal and pandemically safe, responsible manner, while serving our members' needs and wants. Though we feel compassion for our fellow members, we have fiduciary obligation to those members who have chosen to live here and enjoy this lifestyle, and the future members who are and will be purchasing here. Our responsibility is to maintain and continue the upkeep of this community, keep it competitive in the marketplace while keeping the faith with the club's mission, vision, and value statement while operating in this unprecedented pandemic as we make all of our decisions. We all need help in this regard. Therefore, I urge you to be a participant in the continued development of our club. Please attend the open board meetings, attend the roundtable discussions, and volunteer for committees. Applications for this year's committees are being mailed out on March 3rd. So please help and contribute to the process. We would encourage you to complete your applications online. The deadline to turn these applications is on March 17th. We are all neighbors and members of this club and community. We are Glen Eagles, and we are all responsible for the common good of our community. The Board of Governors and club management will continue to evaluate all the guidelines and requirements relating to the COVID-19 pandemic, and will assist what is needed to keep this club a safe oasis in a tumultuous, over the ever-changing world. We should all extend a special thanks to Steve Wolf for his dedication, leadership, and hard work over the past 3 years of this presidency, where he has distinguished himself as a strong and effective leader. And I've appreciated working with him for the 2 years that I've been here. Thank you very much.
This guy's the best. Is everybody still there?
121.
Okay, we're going to bring up Mr. Spina, who's going to respond to the questions that were submitted. Thanks, Mike. Great job.
Mr. Wolf, Mr. Karts, thank you for your presentations and thank you for your service. We had 5 questions asked prior, and I've received a couple more, and we will go through these. If you have any questions in the next 10-15 minutes, I mentioned earlier the site you can, or the email address you can send those to. By all means, feel free to do so. Question 1, will the veranda have a bar facility, either permanent bar or portable bar? And we do not have any plans for a permanent bar, but we will look at providing temporary bar, portable bar, and bar service. We are adding to the veranda service station as part of our renovation, and I think that will help the staff, assistant staff, in servicing the membership.
Mention the conceptuals. I forgot to mention that.
The veranda, you did receive an email recently, which was 5 conceptual drawings of the veranda, or 4 conceptual drawings, along with some excerpts from our business plan. I hope you'll take a minute to look at those. And if you have not signed up for a roundtable, we do go into a little more detail on the veranda, the design concept, and the services that we anticipate offering. So by all means, please sign up for a roundtable. Question 2 is a question regarding the rental premium. We've continued to evaluate the rental premium and modify for many years now. This season, we actually have rented all available units. We have 72 units rented and 56 first-time renters. Of these 56 first-time renters, approximately 16 have purchased within our club since November. We want to ensure a balance of renters and home buyers, which help to contribute to our new member capital contributions. Renters are very important to our community, and we always welcome our renters to the Glen Eagles family. Question 4, what are the plans for satellite renovations? As part of the strategic plan and on an annual basis, we evaluate all capital needs for the upcoming year as well as a 5-year forecast. We base this assessment on the life expectancy of individual assets within the community. With 4 remaining satellites, which are Cluny, Victory, Lowman Hills, and Stratford, we do not have definitive dates due to the advent of the COVID pandemic and the opportunity cost of the available funding. It is most probable that we will renovate 1 or more satellites in 2022. The cap cart fee. There's been a lot of discussion about the cap cart fee lately. Prior to the decision being made regarding the proposed cap cart fee, we are proceeding with the following. We are finalizing the member survey, and we've received 272 responses. Golf, membership marketing, budget and finance committees will be provided the consolidated survey information and assist in further discussions. The committees will make recommendations to the Board of Governors, who will ultimately decide on how to proceed. Our members have provided a great deal of input, and I thank them for taking an active interest in the situation. Some additional questions. When can we expect a copy of the 2020 audited statements? The statements, as Mr. Kartz mentioned, are completed. We will meet with our auditors next Tuesday, and a week after that meeting, we will provide a copy of the audited financials on the club website. If you would like a hard copy, let us know and we can provide that as well. There's a question, this one we've spoken in depth, food and beverage minimum. And we have discussed this in food and beverage. We've discussed this in budget and finance. We've discussed numerous times with the Board of Governors. I know our CFO Harvey and myself and some of the club officers have also discussed. And although we do not have an answer today, much more input and discussion has taken place than any other year. And I'm certain that we are going to make a decision that will be equitable for those members that are not able to be in Glen Eagles at this time. When will the soda machine on golf course be working? They work, they're just not active. We look at these every day. We look at the things that we don't offer, the services that we don't provide. I know that I've queried about 20 other clubs. I just want to know what's going on in the other communities, but we will be talking about some of these services in the upcoming board meeting. And, you know, we do follow the CDC protocol, and I know that drink stations and drink service is not one of these protocols now. We do err on the side of being a little more conservative, but nonetheless, please be rest assured that these are things that we talk about on an ongoing basis. And I think this is the last question that we have. What is the tipping policy for food delivery? There is no tipping required for food delivery. This is a non-tipping facility. That's my answer for tipping. And do we have any more questions, Catherine? Okay, well, this has been a different annual membership meeting. We do appreciate those of you that participated tonight or that viewed this evening. Please encourage your fellow members to view it on YouTube. We will send a link out tomorrow. And thank you very much. And once again, thank you so much for your support this year, this very difficult year. The board will now break. They will elect the officers for the 2021 fiscal year, and we will send an email out tomorrow to let you know who these officers are. Thanks again.
Thank you.
I get you all.